Welcome to the incredibly messy garage where we're going to build something. Hi, and welcome back. I have moved into a new house, which means I have a very different garage, and it's incredibly messy, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. What I'm doing is building a rack that will hold 32 of these totes from a YouTube video that I'll link in the comment below. So to do this, I'm relying on my Milwaukee brushless drill, my fuel surge, and a couple of tools I have. I don't know if I ever posted the review or the setup I did of the Hercules miter saw, but it's great, did great today. I got the Skill table saw to help with this task. And in order to make some sense out of all this chaos, I need that rack. So I'm gonna get to building. All the, I guess, side rails or frame rails are in. Got the casters on that end. Time to do this side. Oof. Progress. I would say one thing about the video is for these are 53 inches, and he mentions to buy 10-foot 4x4s so you can get them out of, one board as opposed to two boards instead of 4 boards, basically, to get this whole thing. I wish he'd noted that in the parts cut list or whatever, because I went straight out of that, copy paste, and went to the hardware or the lumber store or whatever. So I burned a little money on that, but not bad. Not bad. Mine's not perfectly square, but it will flatten out with weight, so I'm not worried about it. But good day with tools. Okay, so it's the next morning, and we've got it up on casters. One problem is I only have, strictly speaking, 7 of the headlock screws yet. I've used all 44 that are specified in the plans, which I won't show. But it notes for these cross supports that are going this way that he's securing them with 1 headlock screw, which means I don't have enough. And actually in the plans, it shows them as 2 headlock screws, which I definitely don't have enough. So, note. So after a quick trip to Lowe's, we continue. Quick meaning 35 minutes. So it's a little bit out of square. And so what I did was weighted down the corners. Now my first attempt to fix that unbalance was to take out the 2 legs I put here, then weight it down, then put those back, and that helped some. And I left the weights in while I put the cross braces across, and that helped some more. It's not perfect, but with weight, I think it'll settle flat, which is fine with me. I cut a couple pieces of scrap wood to the 29 1/8 and the 45-inch length just so I could go around real quick and not have to measure every time. If I'm off, at least I'll be consistently off. I was trying to use my M18 brad nailer to pin up the posts. I'd go back and screw them, but it's being bulky. So I'm using the clamp. One note, build the rails low to high. Trust me. So I read the instructions a little bit wrong. And originally that post, and the one on the other side, on my side here, I measured from the outside 20 3/4 inches, where you're really supposed to measure from the inside of the main post to 20 3/4 inches. But I will also note that it does not appear to be center. It appears to be to the edge. Because when I started putting in bins to kind of test fit everything, To the center didn't do it. So it was really to the edge of the board. So that was my experience. Just test fit things if you can before you start locking it all down. So my solution, since both of the posts, this one and this one, the center was measured correctly. So what I did to fix this was unscrewed at the top and bottom by jacking it up and put it on jack stands even, because I don't want this thing to fall on me. And moved each post, this one this way and that one the other way, one by one, and used bins to kind of essentially act as spacers to make sure that I was getting the measurement right. So anyway, that was my solution to the crisis. And so here it is in its final place. Overall, pretty good. I'd say just remember to swap out 2 of the 8-foot 4x4s for 2 10-foot so you can save a little money on the beams. I did do the split the 2x6 thing he recommended, which definitely saves some money too. Buy the bigger box of the 6-inch lags because you'll need more than the 44. I didn't actually get a total count. I bought an additional dozen on top of the 50. So if there's a 80 pack or something like that, or just get a 50 and a 12, you should be fine. But anyway, what else? And read the directions really, really carefully. So anyway, that's the addition of the messy garage. Now it's time to fill it. My stuff for old car parts and stuff are here. My wife has the other half for various storage for the lots of things we need a space for. And it's a great unit. Not small, but that's the whole point. Anyway, stay messy.